Does your dog actually see you as their parent? You love them like family. That part is obvious. But what about your dog? Do they feel the same way? Do they look at you the way a child looks at a parent? With that specific kind of trust that goes deeper than friendship, deeper than habit, deeper than anything that can be trained? The answer is already there. It has been there every single day. It is hiding inside the small, ordinary moments most owners walk right past without ever understanding what they are actually seeing. Once you know these five signs, you will not just see your dog differently. You will understand something about the bond between you that most people spend a lifetime with their dog and never fully grasp. Here are the signs that reveal the truth. They check your face before they decide how to feel. Pay attention the next time something unexpected happens around your dog. A loud bang from outside, a stranger approaching on a walk, or an unfamiliar object appearing in the house. Watch what your dog does in the first half second after it happens. Most owners are focused on managing the reaction, calming the dog down, moving them away, or handling whatever the situation is. But the real signal comes before any of that. It comes in the split second before your dog decides how to react at all. If your dog turns and finds your face first before barking, before running, before doing anything else, what you are witnessing is not just fear behavior. It is something with a name in the scientific literature and a meaning that runs very deep. Researchers at the Budapest Family Dog Project documented a behavior in dogs called social referencing. It is the same behavior developmental psychologists observe in human toddlers when they encounter something new or uncertain. The child does not immediately cry or reach out or pull away. They look at their parent first. They read the parent's expression. They use that information to decide how they should feel about what just happened. Dogs do the exact same thing. And critically, they only do it with the person they are most attached to. Not with strangers, not with familiar people they merely like, but the person who functions as their primary, safe figure. When your dog is startled and their first move is to find your eyes, they're not just scared. They're asking you a question. And the answer they need is in your face. If you look calm and unbothered, they take that as permission to settle. If you look tense or alarmed, they take that as confirmation that the threat is real. You are not just your dog's companion in those moments. You are their reality check, their emotional compass, the person whose face tells them whether the world is safe right now. That is not what dogs do with owners they simply trust. That is what children do with parents they depend on at the deepest level. They bring you what matters most to them. Your dog has a favorite toy. You know the one they carry around the house, sleep with, guard from other dogs, and refuse to leave outside. That object means something to them in a way that goes beyond play. And sometimes, without warning, they pick it up, walk over to you, and place it at your feet. Not because they want you to throw it, not because they are bored or restless. They set it down, look at you, and stay there, still, waiting for nothing in particular. Most owners throw the toy. Most owners completely miss what just happened. Your dog just gave you the most valuable thing they own. In the behavioral world, this is understood through the lens of pack dynamics and resource sharing. In the wild, sharing something of value with another member of the group is one of the most powerful signals of trust, loyalty, and social bond. It is not something done casually. It is not something done with just anyone. It is an offering reserved for the individuals that matter most. And when your dog brings you their favorite toy and does not ask for anything back, they are not initiating a game. They are making a statement. What is mine is yours. I trust you with it. You are the person I want to share it with. The ones that land the hardest are the ones where the dog places the toy and then just settles nearby. No demand, no expectation. Just the gesture itself and then presence. That is your dog expressing something that has no agenda attached to it. Just devotion, offered quietly in the form of the only thing they have to give. Next time your dog drops that battered, slobbery toy at your feet and simply looks up at you, do not rush past the moment. Stay in it for a few seconds. Look back at them. Let the offering land. Because to your dog, they just handed you everything. They follow you for no reason you can explain. You get up from the couch to get a glass of water. You walk to the bathroom. You move from the living room to the bedroom for 30 seconds to grab something you forgot. and your dog gets up and follows you every single time. Not because anything interesting is happening, not because food is involved, not because the walk is about to happen, just because you moved and now they are moving too. Most owners chalk this up to personality. Some dogs are just clingy, but clinginess and this are not the same thing, and the distinction matters. What your dog is doing has a specific name in animal behavior research. It is called proximity monitoring, and in the context of attachment science, it is one of the most reliable behavioral markers of a secure parent-child style bond. A young child does this with their parent constantly. They are playing in the living room, apparently absorbed and independent. But every few minutes they wander to wherever the parent is, check that they are still there, and go back. They do not need anything. They are not seeking attention. They are maintaining contact with their safe base, confirming that the anchor is still holding. Your dog does the same thing. And what makes the following behavior even more telling is when it happens in the middle of a nap. Your dog is sound asleep in another room, comfortable, settled, and then they wake up, get up, walk to wherever you are in the house, and lie back down. They gave up a warm, comfortable spot that was working perfectly well. They chose a different location based on one factor alone. You are there. That is not convenience. That is not habit. That is a choice made from the same drive that makes a child reach for their parent's hand in a crowd even when they are not afraid. Because being near the person who is their safe place feels different from being anywhere else, even when everything is fine, especially when everything is fine. The dog that follows you to the kitchen for a glass of water at 11 at night is the dog who has decided at some fundamental level of their nervous system that where you are is where home is. They notice when something is wrong with you before you say a word. You are having a hard day. You have not cried. You have not raised your voice. You have not done anything that should signal to anyone that things are off. You come home, sit down, and before you have exhaled properly, your dog is already there. Closer than usual, quieter than usual, not bouncing or demanding, just present in a different way than they are on ordinary days. Most owners notice this and feel moved by it. Very few understand what is actually happening. Dogs can detect cortisol, the hormone your body releases under stress, through scent alone. A study published in PLOS1 confirmed that dogs identify psychological stress in human breath and sweat samples with a level of accuracy that surprised the researchers. They detected it in samples from people who were showing absolutely no visible outward behavioral signs of distress. The dog knew before the face gave anything away. Beyond scent, dogs are reading signals that operate faster than your conscious awareness. The micro-tension in your posture, the barely perceptible change in your breathing rhythm, the way you carry yourself when something is weighing on you versus when it is not. Research has consistently shown that dogs read human body language with greater accuracy than any other species, including our closest primate relatives. But here is the part that separates this from simple animal perception. When your dog detects these signals, they do not simply register them and move on. They respond. They come closer. They stay. They shift their behavior specifically to provide presence and physical contact. That response is not instinct alone. Instinct would be to assess whether you represent a threat. What your dog is doing instead is recognizing distress in the being they are most attached to and orienting toward it rather than away from it. Children do this with parents too. They feel the shift in the house before anyone explains it. They come and sit close without being asked. They do not need to understand what is wrong. They just know something is and they want to be near. Your dog has been doing this your entire relationship. On the days when you thought no one noticed, someone did. They just could not tell you in words. They fall asleep facing you. This is the one most owners see every single night, and almost none of them realize what they are looking at. Think about what sleep actually means for a dog. It is the moment all of it drops away. The alertness, the monitoring, the low-level readiness that governs most of their waking life. And then, sleep. An animal is at its most exposed. The guard is fully down. Every instinct that runs in the background, telling them to stay aware, stay positioned, stay ready, all of it goes quiet. And in that moment of maximum vulnerability, the direction your dog faces is not random. Dogs orient themselves during sleep based on information that matters to their sense of safety. Some face the main door because guarding it is built into them. Some press against the wall for the security of having something solid at their back. Some curl tight to retain warmth and protect their most vulnerable areas. But if your dog consistently falls asleep facing you or positions themselves so that you are in their sight line as they drift off, that behavior belongs to a different category entirely. Fear is a loud signal. The frantic greeting at the door is a loud signal. Bringing you a toy is a loud signal. But this one is silent. Your dog has nothing to gain from it. They are not asking for anything. They are not performing for you. They are asleep or nearly asleep in a state where conscious choice has already started to fade. And still, their body turns towards you. Research on canine attachment has found that the way dogs position themselves during rest near their primary attachment figure mirrors the proximity and orientation behaviors observed in securely attached human infants near their caregivers. The body gravitates towards safety even when the mind is no longer directing it. That is what you are seeing when your dog falls asleep with their nose or their gaze aimed at you. That is thousands of days of trust accumulated into a single unconscious posture. It is your dog's body saying, without words, without awareness, without any agenda at all, this person is the safest place I know. A bond that shows up in the loudest moments is significant. A bond that shows up when there is no reason for it to, when your dog is asleep and the room is quiet and there is nothing to communicate and no one to perform for, that is something else entirely. Tonight, when your dog settles down to sleep, notice which way they are facing. If it is you, you already know what that means. You're not just their owner. You're not just their caretaker. You are their person, their safe place, the parent their instincts have been looking for since the very first day they understood what trust was. And they have been showing you that every single night in the quietest way possible, with their whole body. The 5 signs are not dramatic. They are not the big, obvious moments most people think of when they imagine a dog's love. They are small. They are daily. They are easy to walk past if you do not know what you are looking for. But now you do. So watch for them. The face check in a moment of uncertainty. The toy placed at your feet with nothing asked in return. The footsteps behind you for no reason you can name. The body beside you on the hard days before you said a word. And the direction your dog faces when the room goes quiet and they finally let their guard down. Every single one of those moments is your dog saying the same thing, in the only language they have, in the most honest way anything has ever said anything. You are mine, and I am yours. And there is nowhere I would rather be than close to you. If this story changed the way you look at the silent gestures of your companion, please subscribe and like the channel. We are uncovering the deep emotional history that often goes unnoticed. Let's nurture the future of this bond. The next treasure of understanding will open soon.